All right, welcome to the Circle Grace One. I'm your host, Chief Principal Teacher and Founder, Bishop Francis E. Revels-Bey. A lot of my friends also and students call me Brother Francis E. Revels-Bey. Now that's not an AKA, that just makes it easier for everybody to comprehend. The Circle Grace One was founded on July 2nd, 1999 AD under the aegis and the anointing of the Angel of Grace through divine providence. It gave birth to its very own spiritual and metaphysical institute on February the 7th, 2009, called the Circle of Divine Grace and Remembrance. And I am the host of both, the founder of both, Brother Francis E. Revels-Bey, and the Bishop of both. I am the Chief Principal Teacher. Well, one of the things I wanted to bring out this evening was a uh, very unique situation. What I wanted to basically teach tonight, and I haven't done it in such a long time, but I want to give people a preliminary way of protecting themselves. And protecting yourself is very important. Athletes have to protect their physical body from injury. If you exercise frequently, you have to protect your body from injury. This is what warm up exercises are for and stretching exercises are for. So, when you're dealing in the metaphysical world and even beyond, it is often necessary to exercise a level of protection for yourself. Now, people say, well, let the angels protect you, let God protect you. Well, they protect you when you take the direct step and realize that you must protect yourself as well. This doesn't mean you don't trust the universe. This says you're allowing the universe to show itself through you. And the way that you allow the universe to show itself through you is to let you step in to your own field of energy. Think of a boxer. Uh, that's an ideal way. Think of a boxer in a ring, amateur or professional boxer. And the referee is there just to make sure that the blows that are being thrown back and forth are legal blows. But what does the referee tell every boxer? Protect yourself at all times. So that means in the midst of someone throwing a punch at you, in the heat of it, there's so much high emotional, high mental, high physical energy, even at the sound of the bell that says that that round is over. You still have to protect yourself. Why? Because someone is throwing a punch, they can't often pull that punch back. They can't stop that punch fast enough. The momentum is there, the body weight is there, the gravitation of all that energy is there. So it's hard for the person who's the opponent, if they're throwing a technique at you, you still have to protect yourself. You just can't relax. Because what happens? You relax, you get hit, you get knocked out, or you get the wind knocked out of you, or you get thrown off balance. So, in life, you still protect yourself. This is what your immune system is for in your body. Your immune system in your body is there to protect you from being over the onslaught and overwhelmed by dis-ease in your system. Bacteria, free radicals running around in your body. So, it's the same way. Energetically, you should know something that in regards to protecting yourself, protecting your auric field, so that you don't have people picking around in your space without your knowledge. Often, there are a lot of people who still have not conquered their own egos because they get excited that they know how to, connect into a person, tap into a person's through their auric field, either in front or behind, below or beneath them, without their knowledge. Well, nowadays everybody's going to have knowledge of everybody tuning into them, but you have to protect yourself. And all this means is knowing that the energy that is always circulating through your auric field from your cells through your body, known as your chi, chi. The Chinese would write it qi, also ki, ki, Japanese. On the Hindu side, India side, prana, prana. So this energy is prevalent. This energy is synchronistically, synergistically connected to every living organic being, not only on this earth but beyond. There's a flow of this energy that is running through everything. It's the source of everything. It's like the fuel, we might say. It's like the gas that you draw on to enhance its life. And you have to begin to know how to utilize that. So this is going to be a very short program tonight. I mean really short. Probably no longer than 30, 35, 40 minutes. And we're already almost 6 minutes now. So I want to get right into this. This is called White Light Meditation and Energy Shields. And I want to bring this out to your awareness that, meditation is the way of finding your center of being. Medi means center. So it's you want to have a state of mind at all times. You want your life to be like a meditation, moving from the point of stillness. And everything, all actions, go from stillness to being action out there oriented, being shown, and then coming back. It's like your breath. You exhale and then you inhale. You're exhaling from center, you're inhaling back into center. The heart is the true center that creates bridges of reality, finding things materializing in your life. So you want to pay strict attention to how you find yourself being, how you're situated, how you're seated. Now, there's shallow breathing where people are breathing up out of their chest, through their nose and then their mouth, out of their chest, like almost panting. There's a full body breathing where you feel the walls of the torso expand, but it's really your lungs that's expanding and then contracting. It's letting your diaphragm come into play. The diaphragm is that membrane that separates the upper organs, like your lungs and your heart, from the area of the stomach and the liver and the spleen and the pancreas and so forth. So you have to learn how to carry the body in such a way, hold the body up, as we call it, carriage of the body, hold it in its proper position so that you get the full awareness of your breath in and out as you breathe. Now, as I said before, energy is always moving itself in and out of your body. For those of you who study Qigong and Tai Chi, and I'm just looking at my notes, I'm not going to use them, I'm not going to give the full spectrum of this. We'll do this at a later date. But I want to just give you the basics. But what you want to know is that all the energy, all the particles of light in the atmosphere around your body through your auric field are full of divine intelligence. So that means, what I mean by that is that whatever thought that you bring into essence within your being, those particles of light know that and become that. And if you want to prove this, go to someone who has a Kirlian photography machine, either the software for the computer or just the camera with the screen behind you and the metal plates that you put your hands on. And just sit there, let them capture an image of your auric field as you're just seated. And then let them set up the equipment again and let you focus on a specific color in your mind where you can feel it around yourself. And when they take the picture, it should show up in that picture. I know I've done it numerous times where I projected a white light field And then when the person produced the picture, you could see the color zones that were prominent, most prominent at that time. But you could see a trace, like a spreading light, like a fan of white light in there, arched, just like I projected it. So I know that this works. I know that this works, and you could actually feel the presence. And when you could see auric energy, you could see it. So I want everybody who's going to watch this. This is a very short, simplified method. But you first have to understand that the light that you're going to project or tap into is already there. It's already moving in and about. You're inhaling upon it and exhaling upon it. You're bringing it into your body and it's circulating, going back out to your body. It's already doing that. You're just going to make a further hookup to it. You're going to grow in sensitivity and awareness that that it's there, that it's happening. So what I want you to do right now, if you're watching this, if you need something to help enhance your situation, you could use crystals. You could use incense. You use the scent of oils. All of this does what? Now people say, well, these are gadgets. Yeah, they're gadgets, but they help set up a vibration. You got gadgets when you drive. You got a horn, the honk, right? You got a car radio. You got a way which you can create through your radiator uh, and, uh, and and other sources. You could have air conditioning when you need it, right? You could have heat when you need it. So, yes, if you didn't need these things or didn't want these things, then you wouldn't have a way of cooling off the car, cooling off yourself, having lights on the roadway. You'd be riding down the street with no lights. Yeah, they are gadgets, but they're utilized to assist you what? To get safely from one connection to the next. And it's the same in meditation and shielding. Shielding is designed to assist you to get from point A to point B, wherever you have to go, and be safely aware of where you are at all times. And the more that you do this, the more you will become sensitive psychically, empathically, and you'll become even stronger in your levels of intuition, which you will then know when someone is trying to tune into you, or someone is trying to call you, or someone needs your assistance. Now, those who are parents, especially mothers, they have this naturally. This is naturally a part of them. They can feel when their son or daughter needs help. They can feel that something is off, something is going on. Those of us in this male form, we have to develop it more. But it has been developed greatly over the past 30 or 40 years. People have been just taking the time out and making this happen. So we're almost 13 minutes in. Let's get started. First thing you want to do is sit so that you're comfortable. Perhaps you might be sitting where you can lie down on a chair so that you don't have to be exactly 180 degrees just laid out flat. You could be so you're like 150. You know, your back raised up like a lounge chair a little bit. Your legs up a little higher if you want. Maybe you have a computer chair that allows you to lean back like mine does, but I'm not going to do that right now. Maybe you could sit in a chair. If you are seated in a chair where there's a gap between the lower part of your back and the chair, I suggest you take a towel and roll it up and place it there so it helps you maintain your posture. Know that the chi, ki, and prana, as it's called, travels right on top of the base of your epidermis, the base of your skin, and the very top of your muscle. There's a little fiber energy zone there, and that is called the fascia. Fascia. And this is where the energy of your body travels, known as chi, ki, and prana. This is where it's moving throughout your body at all times. So when someone is doing a massage, this is where the pressure into the body is going. Someone is doing acupressure, huh? Knowing the various meridian points in which to touch on the body, or someone is using acupuncture needles. This is where the needles are going. They're getting into that part of your body that releases the chi, that allows the chi to move. See, according to Chinese philosophies, if you have stagnated qi, sooner or later you have stagnation physically, meaning called dis-ease. You have discomfort in your body. You might have too much yang, too much fire energy, hotness in your body. You need more yin to cool it down. Some people have too much moisture, too much yin. Need to become where the body can be balanced. So, now know that this energy, and I want to see if I have a image in this one manuscript that I have. I might be able to show you where and how you want this energy to be flowing. This is so old I don't have one, and it might have just a little too much of other diagrams. But what you want is you want to know that the energy is flowing circular around your body, not only from up and down, but also like east and west, right and left, and diagonally. Think of the image of the atom, the molecule in the middle, the atom in the middle, with the protons and electrons on their rings traveling around. It's similar to what is happening with you and I. Each one of the chakra levels is the same thing, energy and motion. Overall, the circuitry of the energy traveling up the back and down the front is also from the root chakra, and also which is at your tailbone, literally going up to the top of your head and over and back down. And there's circuitry of energy happening all around your body. Think of the staff of Caduceus. It almost reflects the same thing. The energies moving in and out of each other. The yin and the yang energies. Spiraling in and out, connecting, and then eventually in the head at the pituitary and the pineal gland, the spark of light, and then the crown opens up. So it is the same. The wings of knowledge, information, healing, all of this starts to take place. We're going to get you now just to be aware of that, and that you can connect into this source of energy all over the earth. You can find power points. Those of you that are familiar with labyrinths, you know people who have labyrinths, you could go to their mesas and locations where those labyrinths are set up and feel the pulsation in the earth that has been created or has been placed at a vortex of energy, a field of energy. Now, I know this is working for those of you that are about to tune in because I can feel electricity in my hands. It's coming up. This is what you have to do. There are going to be 6 zones that you're going to be aware of. Let's start right in front of the heart, right at the between the upper part and lower part of your sternum, the center. And if you place your thumb there, where your middle finger comes out, the point that's the center of your palm, that's where you need to be with your awareness, consciously, all the way around your body. Think of it like a band of light, and you're putting your consciousness right there. I want you to inhale from that point, and then exhale. And as you exhale, you're projecting that field of energy to go forward in front of you. If you want, you can stick your arm straight out in front of you, and just about the tip of your fingers is where you want to be where the energy can stop. Then you inhale, and it's like drawing energy back up to about where your wrist would be, you see, and then push out further as you exhale. Now you can do this 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, as far as you want. But in the beginning, get it to be about arm's length in front of you. Now, if you need to, if you stick your arm out again, get the feeling of that same point, that distance behind you, and breathe through your back opposite your heart in the other direction. Exhale. Then inhale a little bit and exhale again. As you do it the second and the third time in each direction, you're locking in the zone. The third time, you don't have to hold your hand out in front of you to the side. I want you to be aware consciously of the energy in front and behind you, and they both are going out. As you exhale, it's like a rubber band stretching. You're in the middle. These energy fields are stretching forward and behind you. Now, be aware of the right side of your body, even with the upper part of your arm, even with that same center zone. Stick your arm out to the right or the left. Put your right out because we want you to be conscious. We want the will listen to effect. Be aware of that distance now. From the center of your sternum to the tip of your fingers. Exhale. Inhale back to your wrist, and then exhale again, lock it into place. Now, I have a mirror here, but I'm imagining that I'm in that space beyond the mirror with my left. The minute I can feel that I've reached that point in my mind, I exhale. Then inhale a little bit, and then release it back again. Now, be aware of both zones. We've covered 1 in front, 2 in back, 3 to the right, 4 to the left. Take a moment and vibrate both. It's like a rubber band stretching. You're inhaling, then exhale. Inhale, exhale. You can feel both. Now, what you want to know is that these are like petals of light. And if you do this enough times, you will feel the energy come to you as you inhale and go away as you exhale. Now, you could think to yourself pushing away, but don't think push away right now. Just think to yourself, feel, expand. Inhale to draw upon it, to connect with it, and then expand, which is your exhalation. Now, they don't alternate, like one out and the other one goes in, so it's not going to be like someone pulling a seesaw. They're all going to expand. All 4 points. To check it again, all 4 points. Inhale, exhale. They all expand out together. Inhale, exhale. Now know that even without your conscious inhalation and exhalation through your breath, because you did it the first time, you've kind of programmed it. The more you do it, you keep programming it. And you'll find that these energy zones are opening and closing together. Now there's 2 more. Above you and beneath you. So let's take the light above you. Leave that where it is. And let's take the one beneath you. Now if you're seated in a chair, you have to then realize it's almost like you're seated on the floor. You got to go into the floor. Treat the floor like the earth. But in this case, lock it into the belly of the earth, the core of the earth. So feel as though the core is right beneath you, right beneath your feet, right beneath your rear end. Locking it in. Inhale, drawing up the core of light. Exhale, back into it. Now take that feeling. You might feel a little buzz from that. Take that feeling and go directly over the top of your head. Find that arm's length distance, which might be 2 feet up over your head from your heart center. Energy projected up through the ceiling, as if the great central sun is right there. The heart of the universe is right there. And then back down. Now you're going to feel a little buzz on the tail end side of you and over the crown of your head at the same time from the center. There's the same distance, in other words. You see, there's the same distance from the center of your sternum to the top of your head, from the center of the sternum to the base of your spine. It's almost about the same distance that you're making. Do them both at the same time. Inhale towards center, exhale, going away through the top and through the bottom. Good. Now, be aware that all six of these are moving in their proper direction away from the body. They move toward the body as you inhale, away from the body as you exhale. Inhale, expand, exhale. Now let's move the energy further away from the body. Inhale, exhale. Now if you are arm's length in front of the body, make it 2 arms length. But not from the sternum point now. Create it from the tip of the finger the next arm's length away. You don't have to think right on top of you anymore. Inhale, exhale, expand. Let's create 3 arms length. Go to the second, to the end of the second length of arm. Out. Inhale, exhale. Now some of you might say, I might feel a little buzz in my head. Well, you feel a little buzz in your head because you're doing it. If you didn't feel anything, you hadn't connected it yet. You're supposed to get a little buzz, slight little buzz from it. What I mean, a little buzz, a little vibration, a little heat. You're going to feel it. Now, the reason why I always keep it within the auric field, I never put you right in the chakra. This way you do not disrupt the core of your chakra. There's no need to be in so tight on the chakra to disrupt the natural cores of the chakra, the natural folds. You stay just in front of the core, just on top of the core, just behind it. You'll still have the same awareness, the same strength, the same grid of light will still be established. And this is what goes on naturally. This is a part of shielding. Now, people say, well, do I need to know a color? Yes. All the colors at their highest vibration radiate a titanium kind of white, platinum titanium kind of white light. That means, see the whiteness of this fedora is even brighter than that. You want to see that energy brighter than this emanating from you. You don't want to see yourself as your physical self. You want to see yourself as pure light. That's the purpose of doing this. See yourself as pure light. Let's do this again now. Just go from your center. Just say you want to go like this. Just like you want to throw your arms out. Throw your arms up this way or that way. Just throw the light out. And then inhale. But inhale just a little bit. In other words, the length of your own hand is what you need to inhale to. That's like the boundary between the next zone. This to be the length of your own hand. Do it again. Inhale. Then exhale. Just release it. Exhale. Inhale again. Expand. Exhale. Now know that everything in the universe is doing this dance. Everything. I wrote a book once called Dancing in the Light of Divine Grace. It's my own self-published book. I didn't even put it through hard copy. I just take it, print it, and give it out, sell it out like that. But Dancing in the Light of Divine Grace is what the title was. And it really meant that this light that we are a part of, an integral part of this light. See, you could use words, you could use colors, you could use gemstones, you could use oils, you could use flower scents, aromatherapy, right? You could use tuning fork sound, Tibetan bowl sound, crystal bowl sound, musical tones like on a piano. But nothing beats from in the first place. So when you shield, you think of shield. Now, you can also take the word shield out and use another word. So that when you want to project, you just do it. Some people might use angel. It's done. Some people might take flower, carnation. They mind. It reminds them that's what they're looking to do. Or if you know how to do qigong and tai chi chuan and tai chi kong and tai chi cha, you know how to do this. You're doing the same thing. You're building up the energy, letting it flow to the body, and then expand it out. And see yourself in this ball, this oval, this obelisk shape, whatever you want it to be, this pyramidal shape of light. And you're right in the middle of it. The word pyramid, fire in the mist, in the heart, fire, sun, solar energy. You're in the middle of it. So that's what I wanted to bring out to you. This is just a white light meditation exercise, a variation of my main one. And I'm going to put together, I have some old CDs I'm going to release out to people. And I may make some adjustments on some of them, but I'm going to show you that when you use a shield, you can sense when something is off. So I'm not going to take up too much of your time tonight. We usually try to do a 45-minute show or 60-minute show, but I needed to come on to give you this opportunity to receive this information this evening. And we only came on here for about 30 minutes. We should have been here at 5, but I had a previous appointment, and sometimes you have to do previous things, other commitments. But I'm glad if you are watching this show later that you'll be able to see it. And I'm going to go on to Facebook now and let people see what it is. Give the special link here, and keep in mind, you can always see these shows in the archive format because every live broadcast is recorded video wise right here at this channel for Circle of Grace 1. You can also see the same thing with about an hour or less at my YouTube channel. So if you go to YouTube and type in Circle of Grace 1 or Bishop Francis E. Revels-Bey or Bishop Francis Revels-Bey, you'll be able to see it. Just Circle of Grace with the number 1 at the end. You type that into YouTube and you go right to my channel and catch this in another hour. So what you're going to look for is what? White light. That's what you're going to look for. Or better yet, shield. I'm going to put that word in the title. Look for Circle of Grace 1_shield. And I think what I should do, because it may confuse some people, I can't write out the whole thing, so instead of saying White Light Meditation Shield, it'll be WLM Shield. So you'll know that this is the one I'm talking about with today's date, April the 21st, which is 4/21/2014, so that you get it. So remember, you're going to be looking for later at YouTube or right back here, Circle of Grace 1_WLM Shield _4/21/2014, so you can get the information. Well, I want to thank you for tuning in to this very short program on White Light Meditation Shield. It was just to give you just an idea of how this energy can work. And I can say, if you want to test the shield, get to someone who has an aura camera that allows the software to take a picture of your auric field. They call it aura photography. And just sit there and let them take a shot of you without you trying anything. All right? Then let them reset the camera and the software, and then you project circle, triangle, whatever you want of white light. And I guarantee you, you'll see it there. And you projected it there, so we know it works. I've had several of them. As soon as I find some of my old files, I'm going to show you some of the older Curlian shots where you can see the aura ringing off my hands after Tai Chi exercises, or other ways how you can see it in a person's field of energy. Well, anyway, I'm not going to keep you long. I'll be back next week, and hopefully we might talk about this on a whole nother level. But I want to share this with you. And again, if you want to get a hold of me, you can always email me at iam.circleofgrace with the number 1 at the end at yahoo.com, or iam.circleofgrace with the number 1 at the end at gmail.com, or Bishop Francis, BishopFrancis at circleofgrace1.net, or call my Skype number 973-685-5978, or look me up on Skype as Brother Francis Revels-Bey. That's REVELS capital BEY. All right. Well, thank you for joining me. See you next time, And remember that divine grace is a blessing as we are alive and well in the age of remembrance. Be back here next Monday. Looking to come back on at 5, 5:30, 6, or 6:30. You'll see me. All right. God bless. Thank you so much and be well.